officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Mark Santos. Second referee, Mr. Joffer Educado. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Zus Coffee Thunderbelles. Let's begin with jersey number 1, Michelle Gamit. At number 10, Dolly Grace Verzosa. Wearing jersey number 13, Sharia Ancheta. At number 15, from Japan, guest player Asaka Tamaru. At number 16, Nika Yandok. And at number 22, April Tapia. Starting libero is number 6, Julia Angeles. Head coach, Mr. Chery Tiggo. Calling on our Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Let's begin with our team captain and guest player of the USA, Catherine Anna Bell. At number 4, Jasmine Abor. Wearing jersey number 7, Mylene Baat. At number 12, Mary Rose Dapol. Number 17, Seth Marion Rodriguez. And at number 22, Pauline Marie Gaston. Starting libero is number 15, Maria Joana Verdeflor. Head coach, Mr. Emilio Kung Fu Reyes Jr. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 40. Round 2 of the preliminaries. Season
No
7,
change whatsoever for Coach Chery Tiggo in the final games of the Thunderbelles here in the reinforced conference. Asaka Tamaru, 13 points, 14 digs, the only player in double digits in that loss against the high-speed hitters. Only had 3 blocks, 0 aces, and 16 errors in the time. Minor adjustment for Coach Kung Fu Reyes, as Daps Dapol will be in the starting lineup today, and also Mylene Baat making a surprise appearance in the starting lineup. She usually comes off the bench in the reinforced conference, Alfred.
So now for Chery, I think they're trying into mix and match the composition of the first 6, because you know they're nearing the semifinals and every game is really important because it's a do or die game. Until the finals, you only have 1 game.
Yep. 4-2 in the standings, the Crossovers, and they get a free point to start things off. Not a good start if you're the Thunderbelles. Service fault here with the opening set. And Seth Rodriguez coming off a 5-point performance. She had 2 blocks in that 5-set loss against the Flying Titans. Combination play, and Tamaru will knock it in.
Yep. That's the first spike coming from Tamaru, scoring that first point for Zus, which is a nice sign that coming from that combination play.
26-year-old Asaka Tamaru, also a former assistant coach with UE, the UAAP, when Coach Chery was there. But there's a net touch. Mylene Baat unable to control her momentum.
Net fault on the side of Chery. The ball was quite close to the net on that set coming from Nabor.
So the first lead for the Thunderbelles. Baat tries again. This time will get her first attack point.
Redemption time for Baat there. That's also nice coming from a setter, no? Syempre, you need your one of your role players to get it going.
Yep.
You know, Mylene Baat can also score a lot of points. Former MVP as well.
Verzosa. Yes. Soft and easy will do it for Dolly Grace Verzosa.
So now Chery needs to find that blocking, because most of the hits coming from Zus are coming off the hands of their blockers. And of course, coverage also is important.
And you like how the Thunderbelles get a side out right away, not allowing runs here for the Crossovers. Cat Bell picked up by Tapia. Yandok back to April Tapia, and that's turned away by Pauline Gaston as we check in courtside with Jana Ejido.
When you need a point or when you need a solid dig to keep the rally going, I guess for the Zus Coffee Thunderbelles, madali lang yan. Because I was able to speak to Dolly Versosa and how we talked about how her defense was able to amp up so much in this reinforced conference. And of course, as we talked about in the pregame earlier, Eric and Alfred, and on the story of being an all-arounder for the Thunderbelles, Dolly tells me, I know na di ako yung pinakamatangkad sa team, kaya nagfo-focus ako sa strengths ko. Dati, gusto ko talaga maging libero, pero dahil matalon-talon ako, nagsaspike din ako. Well, whatever it is, Dolly, we love to see it, especially in the last remaining games for the Zus Coffee Thunderbelles this conference, which you can catch on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos per month. Back to you, Eric and Alfred.
All right. Thanks, Jana. I love it. Matalon-talon si Dolly. She's only 5'5", so obviously really not gifted in terms of height and physically, but she has the skills. As you see, Kat Bell going down the line, right above April Tapia for her first point.
And prior that play, Kat Bell had an hitting error. The ball then go over the net because of that angle. Pero that time, she found a better spot. Just going down the line from the shorter blockers there.
Gaston coming off a 5-block performance. She had 5 of the 10 blocks of the crossovers against the Flying Titans. That goes over from Paat. And a nice hit coming from Mitch. Got it.
Great find there coming from Zus' setter. Going for that middle attack right away. No blockers in front of her because, you know, they're also scrambling in that play.
And here's Dolly Versosa. Best opposite spiker back in the NCAA. Kat Bell knocking it in again. Back-to-back points for Bell.
Yeah, for Zus, they need to expect that most of the balls will go to their reinforcement on Chery's side. And, you know, Kat Bell can hit hard, can hit strong, and of course, as high as she could.
Back-to-back 25-point performances for Kat Bell. Gamit. That's picked up by Nabor. The set by Daps Dapol. Kat Bell trying to be fancy. Easy over with her back against the net. But that is picked up by Zeta. Tamaru through the block. Asaka Tamaru with point number 2.
You know, Asaka Tamaru can really penetrate her attack against the blockers there because of her quick wrist action. Not much of a height, pero nakikita niya kasi yung mga blockers in front of her just swiping it off their hands, hitting it as thin as she could.
And don't look now, this is the biggest lead of the Thunderbelles at 2 points. But Bad right away cuts it in half.
Yeah, Maylin Paat changes her attack. They're going long that time, seeing that hole on the defense. You can see just one blocker in front of her and getting that point.
Zeta gets the receive. Ancheta with a push. Kat Bell digs it up from the back row. Tapol. Tapia. Here's Tamaru. Yes, Asaka Tamaru with back-to-back points. The reinforcements are stepping up, and it's back to a 2-point cushion for the Thunderbelles. 8-6 against the Crossovers opening set. Welcome back inside the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Some early birds catching the first of our triple header. Whether you're watching at home or mobile via the app, welcome to our coverage Final few games of the second round of the reinforced conference. Top 8 teams head to the quarterfinals. And Yandok and company will not be part of them. Zus Thunderbelles have not picked up a win. A nice hit coming from Dapol.
Great sign also coming from Dapol there, scoring her first point. And we know that she's starting also for Chery in the first time in this conference.
Seth Rodriguez, 5 points, 2 blocks against the Flying Titans. Tapia flying in. Dapol picking it up. Nice pass. Bat drills that one again. Mighty Bat off to a good start, Alfred.
So I think that was a wake-up call coming from that first technical timeout.
Spike of the set. Brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan. 3 points for Mighty Bat. Top scorer right now for the Crossovers. Tamaru with a great pass. She gets it back. Rodriguez with a dig. Nabor with the overpass. Yandok finds Tamaru again. Gaston pops it up for the second touch. There's a block against Dapol, and that has hit the antenna already. So that's another point for Zus Coffee Thunderbelles.
So for Chery, they need to calm down a bit. Seems like they're tense in their movements. Yung mga ganong bola, medyo easy na over na rin, easy to dig. Nagugulat lang sila.
As not a good receive there from Kat Bell. Verdeflor pops it up. An easy over. Chance ball here for the black shirts. Versosa. Oh, what a great defensive play. And you have to check if that's Pauline Gaston. No, I think they're going to credit Baad. Take a look here. Yeah, it was Maylene Baad. Point number 4. And the first block for the Crossovers. Maylene Baad, one of the veteran players at 30 years old for the Crossovers. Tapia pushes and scores against Buding Duremdes.
Smart play there, smart move coming from Tapia. Seeing taller blockers in front of her. Last seconds, finding that hole, that gap, just dropping as fast as she could to score that point.
And that replay showing us a leaping ability, the explosive power of Ibrahim Tapia. Sosa, easy over. Verdeflor picking it up. Dapol. Tamaru with a dig. Tapia this time unable to make it as the set was too close to the net.
Yeah, miscommunication also there coming from the side of Zus, who would cover the ball. But it was still a great effort.
And just like that, the lead of the Thunderbelles is gone. We're tied at 10. 6th deadlock of the opening set. Gamit unties the knot and puts the Thunderbelles back on top by 1.
Yeah, she has been effective on that play. But what is nice about Gamit, talagang pasok lang siya ng pasok. The setter could see her approaching and just set it there towards that area and hit it as fast as she could, scoring that point.
Kat Bell with a good pass. Nabor. And Pongay Gaston or Pauline Gaston is rejected. Kat Bell at the net. Ooh, what a dig coming from Versosa. Verdeflor pops it up. Here comes Bell again. It's outside. And Mark Santos saying there's no touch. Kat Bell. And Coach Kung Fu will not challenge.
Yeah. I was expecting a challenge there. Everyone was waiting for it.
So a 2-point run here for the Thunderbelles restores their biggest lead of the set. Kat Bell looking to make up for the error. Tamaru picking it up in the back row. Here comes Versosa off speed. Nobody there. Smart shot by Dali and Versosa.
Yes, great shot, great find. But for Chery, they need to have a lot more pace and even activate the back row hits in order for them to score if they want to score more.
3-point lead for the Thunderbelles. Timeout Crossovers.
Pasa natin, wala din tayong pasa. Okay. Huwag mo na masyadong isik kasi nga bumababa yung bola niya. Inaabot lang ng mali. Di itaas mo sa dulo. Di nakaibabaw tayo. Simplihan lang natin yung galaw. Tara, isang pasa ulit.
Chery!
Well, what's been the issue, Alfred, for the Crossovers?
Yeah, number one, like Coach Kung Fu was saying, they need a better pass. Because you know, out of the teams here in our reinforced conference, Chery is the number 11th in the best receiving team. So it's really low for them. Because in order for them to attack well, they need the first pass or even get that side out right away.
Oh, no side out there as Tamaru gives Thunderbelles another break point here from the pipe. And it's a 4-point cushion for the black shirts. And that serve is just outside for April Tapia.
On the side of Zus, it seems like they're really playing well because nothing to lose. They need to play their game and even try to defeat Chery Tiggo, no? To get that morale back.
Right now, the Crossovers looking to snap that 5-set loss as Versosa makes it a 4-point lead once again for the Thunderbelles. That was 3 days ago. Lost in 5 sets against the Flying Titans. Right now, it doesn't look like the Crossovers are fatigued or anything, right? But they're kind of passing is bad. They're a little slow on the floor as well. There's Cat Bell, his 3rd point of the game.
I'm not sure if they're complacent because you know Zus, no wins yet. So parang minsan yung mindset mo na kakayanin mo isang team na wala pang panalo. Pero they can really shock you yung underdogs, no? So they need to step up their game now in this first set and in this closing stages of this set as well.
Well, there's back-to-back points off a monster block. A 2-point run here for the Crossovers, Alfred.
So now stable blocking coming from the side of Chery, really penetrating their hands over the block or over the net there.
3 blocks already for the Crossovers. Make that 4 blocks for the Crossovers, and the last one is back-to-back.
Yeah. So now nabasa na nila yung play and even the hitting angle of Tamaru. See Seth Rodriguez finding that or even closing that gap against Maylin Paat.
Oh, not a good pass from Zeta. Yeah, Duck will send it over underhand. Chance ball for the Crossovers. Cat Bell knocking it in. What a run here. 4 unanswered points scored by the Crossovers, Alfred.
Yeah, for Zus now, again, they need to find a better reception and activate again that combination play or even the middle attack. Kasi kanina pa hindi nababantayan dito ni Chery yung mga quick plays coming from Zus. So now they need to activate that to even break the ice.
Short pass coming from Asaka Tamaru. Tamaru will attack. Uding Berendes digs it up. Cat Bell again. Right, she's feeling it. Cat Bell scoring last 3 points. The Crossovers, she has 5 already, and the Crossovers, just like that, are on top by 1. Second technical timeout of the opening set. Gilas Pilipinas continues its journey in the second window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers this November. Watch the games live at the Mall of Asia Arena. Get your tickets via smtickets.com. Hashtag Laban Pilipinas. And right now, in this first set, the hashtag is Laban Crossovers. After being down by as many as 4 points, they are now up by 1, 16-15, courtesy of monster blocks and the offense of Cat Bell.
Yeah, of course, and even the hard serve coming from Jasmine Labor. Zus having a hard time getting the ball now. But that time, going for that quick. And miscommunication, yun pa. Doon pa sila kanina na naglalaki. Yung second chance, or yung second ball, yung mga chance ball na off the blocker's hand. Just in front of you, that second step or that second motion na lang, yung effort, extra effort, kailangan dito from Chery.
Well, it seems like the level of both teams now at par with one another. We're tied at 16. Tamaru, cross court. And with a little help from the net, drops on the line.
She's so agile here. From that attack, pass, finding that sweet hole on the blocker there, just going for a deep cross and scoring that point.
Thunderbelles had a momentary lead, but Kat Bell again ties the game. She has 6 points already.
So for the floor defense of Zus, they need to adjust on the hit coming from Kat Bell. All of the balls coming from Kat Bell are going towards the area 5 of the court. So kailangan nilang mag-step up or even change their pattern.
Yeah. Meantime, speaking of change, Dapol will sit down and Ces Robles is in. One-handed dig coming from Kat Bell. Robles, first touch.
What a player there, coming off the bench, and even that first touch, scoring that point right away. Ganyan yung mga gusto ng mga coaches, yung mga coming off the bench, makakapuntos agad na sobrang focused, alam mong focus and ready sa bench pa lang.
Parang yung Alfred Valbuena lang sa signal, ganun-ganun eh.
Those were the days maybe.
Nabor, back to Robles. And there's a net touch on Mika Yandok.
I think the set also coming from Nabor was quite low on that instance for Robles. And yeah, great eye coming from the first referee.
2-point lead, the biggest for the Crossovers, 19-17. Back row for Versosa. Kat Bell picking it up. Nabor, the back set. Paat down the line.
What a play coming from Nabor. That running set. Everyone wasn't ready for that. Here on the last second, just bringing it towards the side of Mylene Paat. Kaya yung blockers coming, or even the middle blocker coming from Zus, nagulat. Usually kasi yung mga ganun running, kaya ibigay lang sa middle or sa open na side. Pero that time, coming from Nabor, you know, Mylene Paat is there, scoring that point.
6 points for Kat Bell, 6 points for Mylene Paat as well. A 3-point lead for the Crossovers. Running attack is good for Ancheta.
So Zus is still alive in this first set. Only down 2 points. Again, they need to serve hard now because they know you can disrupt the offense of Chery coming from a poor reception.
Mondoñedo is in for the first time. Oh, Robles pounding that one in.
That was a furious hit coming from Robles. What a swing. And talagang sabi niya, wala nang pag-asa itong mabuhay on the side of Zus.
Robles matching her highest output so far in the Reinforced Conference. After not playing, she wasn't even in the lineup against the Flying Titans. And that's an ace for Seth Rodriguez.
I think that's the first ace here for Chery. Courtesy of Seth Rodriguez.
And Coach Chery will talk things over. They're down by 4.
We can play here. Because short lang. Let's go, let's go. Pagkisigulo tayo para makakulit. You down. Stay. Gaili. Stay. Okay. Doon ka muna. Sige siya. Let's go. Pasok ka dun si Pag. Sige. Isa-isa natin siya. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Coach Chery looking at the biggest deficit against the Thunderbelles. They're down by 4 points, and it's late in the opening set, Alfred.
But it was also a great comeback coming from Chery. They were down 4. But you know, the capabilities of this team, the composition of this team, and any lead, kahit malaki pa yan, talagang kayang-kaya nila if they really run well their offense, their system. Yan yung ginagawa na nila ngayon.
One-handed dig from Mylene Paat. She gets out of the way. Kat Bell wasn't expecting it, so it's an underhand pass. Chance ball for Tamaru and company. Kat Bell picking it up. Gaston with a set to Paat. Paat the double block and an off-system play. Still got the point.
As you can see her effort there coming from Pongay Gaston. That second set or second ball there, giving it to Mylene Paat. Yung mga ganong ball control also is needed for a player na kahit hindi ka setter pero maganda yung ball control mo, talagang sobrang effective yon and important for a team's composition.
Combination play, Pascual on the tail end. Gaston with a second touch. Robles hits it, sent back by Ancheta. Robles tries again. It's popped up by Versosa. Tamaru pushes. Bell with a dig. Nabor precariously tiptoeing right beside Bell and Mylene Paat. What a game. This is a conference high for Paat. 8 points already.
Yeah, she has been unstoppable in this first set, only with 8 points right away. So we still have 2 more sets or more remaining. You can expect a double-digit figure for Mylene Paat.
And prior to this game, Paat's conference high was 5 points. 5 against the Flying Titans and 5 against the high-speed hitters. And on the strength of a 14-3 run, including this ace, crossovers come back.
Seth Rodriguez finishing off this first set with another ace in her belt there. And finishing it off with confidence also for the side of Chery Tiggo.
Crossovers, a come-from-behind win, taking down the Thunderbelles in the first set. 28, make that 25-18.
Reklamo sa akin, Sir Patrick din eh. Ay, Sir Ryan. Boss, ano tayong kalawang sa kamay?
$25-18 crossovers against the Thunderbelles in 23 minutes. Take a look at some of the highlights. First set is down here at the Mall of Asia, Pasay City.
So you know, in this first set, 4 points was the biggest lead coming from Zus, and we were like cruising all the way to that first set. But after that second technical timeout, everything changed. The pattern coming from the Chery, they really changed up their floor defense, and even the blocking really stopped Tamaru on her furious attacks. And you can see on the attack points here, 13 for Zus, 15 for Chery. Not much of a difference, but it was the blocking department and the aces as well. So because of those departments there, Chery Tiggo found their rhythm, found their groove, and even that momentum going towards their side and making the 14-3 run. And of course, that errors are low for both teams. Now Zus needs to find again that first, earlier parts of that first set wherein they can really score against the blockers of Chery, is swiping the ball off their hands, not much of a power hit, and even going for those quick plays, yun yung medyo nawala in the latter part of the first set. And for Chery now, they need to still play with confidence and not to relax despite getting that first set.
Mylene Paat, the top scorer for the crossovers with 8 points. Ancheta with 2. Top scorer for the black shirts is Asaka Tamaru with 5 points. Second set underway. Tamaru is blocked. Now it's picked up by Versosa. Pascual tries. And Pascual will score her first point of the match.
So there now, Pascual just getting that first point towards the side of Zus. Getting that long cross-court attack. Just with the help of the blocker's hand there.
Nice looking serve from Tamaru. Eileen Pat. Oh, she is feeling it. 9 points for Pat already.
What's also hard on the side of Zus to defend the attacks coming from Chery. Kasi hindi mo alam, you have Mylene Pat on the right side and you have Robles on the left side, and even at the back row, meron ka pa rin Cat Bell, so hindi mo talaga alam kung sino babantayan mo.
Rodriguez with a serve. There's Pascual again. Pascual is already 2 points. All scored here in set number 2. Like how we talked about this in the opening, how Asaka Tamaru needs help from the locals. And Gamit had 3 in the first set. Now Pascual stepping up here in the second set with 2. But Robles, they've got to stop. Zus Robles, 2 points in the first set. She is a starter now in set number 2, and she puts in her 3rd point.
As you know, this lady is really capable of even scoring since her NU birth, no? Talagang go-to player to for her team. That time, an error coming from Mylene Pat on the service area.
Served by Pascual, running attack for Gaston, and she scores. Let's check in with Jana Ejido.
Hey, Eric and Alfred. With that come from behind set 1 win, I guess we could all say that the cat is out of the bag, especially with those points in the bag from Cat Bell in set number 1. Well, I hope everyone does not forget that Cat is also the team captain of this Chery Tiggo Crossovers team. And for what she tells me, she says that there is a very big difference from being the go-to scorer and the team captain. And she tells me, and I quote, Captain Cat is more patient, before pausing to laugh about it. But on a serious note, Kat shares that she as a captain is focused on getting the team to learn how to respond and heed towards constructive criticism. After all, Captain Kat just wants her players to perform their absolute best. Well, we saw it in the first set. Could we see it here in set number 2? We'll catch all of it on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos per month. Back to you, Eric and Alfred.
All right, thank you, Jana, and right on cue. Cat Bell picking up her 7th point of the game. This is her 2nd attempt. The first one was blocked. She asked for it again, adamantly.
Yeah.
No choice for Nabor but to follow Captain Cat.
She has been patient as well, no? Kahit nadidig yung mga bola niya, pero just getting her rhythm back on that 2nd attempt, going down the line, changing her shot, has been effective for her.
There's a block against Rodriguez. Asaka Tamaru gets it, pushes. Cat Bell with a dig. Nabor attacks. Picked up by Versosa. Back row for Pascual. Bell with a tip. Pancake save is good for Tamaru. Chance ball for the Crossovers. Nabor on a 1-2 play. Picked up by Pascual. Here comes Tamaru. Blocked by Cat Bell.
What a play coming from Cat Bell. They're seeing Nabor late on the block on that attempt. Kaya she decides to go for that utility block and even scoring that block point against Tamaru.
8 points now for Cat Bell in her 2nd stint in the Philippines after playing here back in 2018. There's a block again by the Crossovers. Could be on Seth Rodriguez. We'll check.
It's nice now for Chery. They're really penetrating their hands over the net, giving a hard time for Zus spikers to even tip the ball. Kasi talagang kino-cover nila yung bola, that area of the ball.
Block was credited to Cat Bell. She has 9 points, along with 2 blocks. Pascual with an off-speed pancake saved by Robles. Cat Bell rises. There's a dig by Zeta. Pascual keeps it alive. Versosa sends it over, and it's going to be wide.
Ball is out.
Costly error there coming from Versosa. That was already a chance ball, pero you know, we can expect also for on the side of Chery that they can really capitalize on those kinds of chance ball. Well, who knows? The ball is round.
Yeah.
Baka malay mo, ma-block pa nila. No? Those instances, sayang.
Biggest lead for the Crossovers. There's an overpass. Kat Bell. That's going to be point number 10 for Kat Bell. She is the first player in double digits for both teams. And
First technical
that takes us to our first technical timeout. 8-4 Crossovers against the Thunderbelles. Well, after a slow start in the opening set, the Crossovers have really played at a high level at the beginning of set number 2, which is why they have so far controlled the set, up by 4 points. This is their biggest lead against the Thunderbelles, who are looking for their first win of the tournament. Thunderbelles, they've only won 3 sets. They've lost 18 out of 6 matches.
End of the first technical timeout. Pauline Gaston.
Pauline
serving
Gaston
for the Crossovers.
With a couple of points already. Good pass by Tamaru Antonero. And a nice hit by Mitch
Gamit off the hand
to get a
of
side
Gaston.
out for the Thunderbelles.
Serving
I was about to say na need to find again Mitch Gamit on that middle attack.
Mitch Gamit.
Kasi yun nga, medyo nawawala. Medyo mabagal dito mag-react si Seth Rodriguez when it comes to middle hits.
4 points for Mitch
Outside
Gamit.
shot,
In the meantime,
Robles. 6-8.
second error for Zus Robles. Coach Kufu Reyes. Right now,
Service.
4-2 in the
Gamit.
standings. But they're coming off a loss. Their first loss in the second round. Gamit picking it up. Mondoñedo to Tamaru. Robles with the dig. Kat Bell on the second touch. Nice swing, but the rally continues. Tamaru knocks it in.
And now
Off the
Tamaru
hand
finding
of
the shorter
Robles.
blocker Nabor. And
7,
she can really capitalize if Nabor is in front, because, you know, Mylene Pad's a taller blocker for her. She's going fast on that hit. So now for the Chery's defense, floor defense, you need to also adjust on those kinds of balls coming from Tamaru.
What a dig there, coming from Versosa. Pascual with a hit, picked up by Paat. Paat gets it back. Gamit with a pass. Kat Bell backing up for it and knocking it in.
Through
What
the
a shot
block.
coming from Kat Bell.
Serving 7.
Kahit hindi siya masyado naka-approach for Kat Bell, it's because of that arm swing and that power coming from her arms. She really hit the ball as hard as she can.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
For the Crossovers.
Duncan.
Mondoñedo. Gancheta is rejected.
Well read
I mean,
by Bell.
blocks. It's
10,
been all
7.
crossovers the entire match. 4 in the opening set, 3 already here in set number 2, and Coach
Service.
Chery will not be happy about
Yes.
that.
Well, it's nice also when you can score over or even capitalize on the block. It's also a point for your team, no? Parang hindi mo na kailangan masyado mag-effort for the floor defenders. An easy point for them. Kaya ngayon dun nagka-capitalize, or even Chery Tiggo getting or even stopping that confidence coming from Tamaru, that hitting angle as well. Kaya kailangan din dito ng Zus to go for those combination plays again, like mga tres
Captain,
patong. Doon sila nakakapuntos eh.
Serving.
Well, let's see if Mondoñedo can put together plays like that. Not a good pass coming from Robles. Kat Bell off a broken play. Easy pickup for Angeles. Wait a minute.
Overreach.
It's
Called on
an overreach.
Rodriguez.
Coming from
9,
Seth Rodriguez.
7, 10.
The ball was still in the side of Zus. And she really touched it. Scoring, giving Zus a free point.
Mondoñedo.
Chance to tie for the Thunderbelles. They get a break point here. Angeles with a great dig. Here's a chance to tie. Tamaru. Oh, what a block again.
Tamaru.
It's block number 4
By Rodriguez.
for the crossovers. They've tied the number of blocks they had in the first set already. And we're just halfway through the second set.
That's correct, Eric. There now, I commend also the floor defense on the side of Zus. They can really stop the ball coming from Cat Bell and then on those spikes. So now they need to get that second chance ball or even get that counter attack. Kasi nadidig nila na maayos, so they need to execute it well in terms of offense.
Well, here's a side out. Nice hit coming from Ancheta. Third point of the game.
For the Thunderbelles.
And another opportunity to erase the deficit. There's an overpass. Ancheta unable to put it away on the dump. There's a push coming from Robles. Angeles sets it up. What a dig coming from Nabor. Tamaru keeping it alive. Oh, and there's Sosa and Cheta. No communication. Just they both went for it.
Serving 10.
That was a miscommunication, pero usually pag mga ganong bola, bigay mo na yun sa mga outside hitters eh. The middle blocker should just cover or even be ready sa pag-block mo kasi ikaw yung man. Ikaw magmaman o ikaw magdatao ng attackers sa kabila. So you need to focus now on blocking. Let the wing spikers get those balls, those kinds of balls there.
Meantime, Abi Maraño makes her first appearance today. And right away with the service fault. So even with the errors for both teams, no team can really get a run because that 2-point run or 2-point lead back to 1 with a service fault. Well, let's see if the Thunderbelles can capitalize this time and maybe tie the game. Robles, that is on the line. Zus Robles with 4 points.
13-11.
It's because of that arm swing coming from Robles, that full swing. Doon niya nakuha yung power coming from her hits. And even that angle also, that hitting angle. So now, kailangan ng floor defenders for Zus to get those zone or area 5 balls coming from even Cat Bell.
Speaking of Bell, off-speed hit from the back row. Pascual got it.
On the hit out.
Another point coming from Pascual there.
12-13.
Just brushing or hitting the ball out, coming from the blocker's hand. Third point. All points coming from the hand of the blocker.
7 out. 11 because.
Meantime,
4 out.
Shaya Adorador
23 Adorador.
and Alina Bicar checking in for the first time today. Shaya coming off a 2-point performance in that loss against the Flying Titans. A floater of a serve. And Pauline Gaston sends it outside.
And we're
Chery
tied up
has a
13.
deep bench here. Kaya kahit mga bench players sila can really go up against their first 6. You even have Kanandang on the bench there. You know, Kanandang also one of the better middle blockers in our conference.
Meantime, Robles, 5 points, 3 in the second set.
And speaking of the reserves coming from Chery, you also have Kagande as a backup setter. So they have 3 setters on the lineup, on the roster here.
And speaking of people not in the lineup, EJ Laura is not even in the lineup.
Even Ea, right?
Ea is playing with Las Filipinas right now, and Jen Yerba for Sosa. One-handed dig coming from Robles. And here comes Cat Bell. Picked up by Tamaru. There's Sosa. Oh, Robles playing great defense in the back row. Cat Bell on the cut shot with her 13th point of the game.
What an angle there coming from Cat Bell. You see in the replay, just hitting it as high as she can. Really brushing it off. The blocker there, swiping it off the blocker. Kitang-kita mo yung kuha ng bola niya and even the trajectory of the ball. Positioning it going towards that corner pocket.
Tamaru with an overpass. Pauline Gaston will put it away.
Pauline Gaston, always ready for those kinds of balls or regalo. Doon siya nakakakuha ng mga puntos niya.
16-13. After this point by Gaston, 3-point lead for the Crossovers. Second technical timeout of set number 2. (16-13) Crossovers on top by 3. They're also up 1-0 against the Thunderbelles.
End of the second.
Zus Robles was
serving.
well, she came off the bench in the opening set, but a starter here in set number 2. 5 points in total. Preliminaries to Kat Bell. Zeta too strong on the dig. Shaya. Tamaru, another dig that went too strong, and Kat Bell capitalizing just like how Gaston scored in the last sequence.
Despite the ball being high on that regalo, pero Kat Bell getting that initiative, just spike it, and even finishing off that rally. Siguro sinabi niya, kailangan ko na matapos na para makapuntos na rin.
Tamaru, running attack. Comes up naturally, cross over the net cord for Mitch Gamit, now with 5 points.
Okay, Gaston wasn't ready for that kind of attack or even those soft touch. Minsan kasi kailangan ready rin yung mga middle. If you won't commit on the block, just go for those kinds of drop ball coming from the opponent.
Still a 3-point lead for the Crossovers. Combination play. Shaya Adorador is on the board with her first point today.
Yes, great double sub coming from the side of Chery. Coach Kung Fu activating her players, his players there, getting the playing time needed for his bench.
Speaking of some playing time, Pauline Gaston serves. We talked about Aragalang in the open, but she's not available today. Load management is the reason. So they're resting her after a superb performance. We mentioned Aragalang, 5 straight games scoring in double digits for the Crossovers. So she gets a breather today.
Yeah, before this match, she is the 20th best scorer in our tournament with a total of 76 points. But syempre, they need fresher legs coming from one of your hitters here going into the semifinals. And yun yung kailangan din ng mga coaches in
there she is.
Really getting that load management, playing his roster well para mapahinga rin yung ibang players.
We mentioned Aragalang, 10 points in that 5-set loss against the Flying Titans. Zeta passes to Tamaru. Preliminaries to Bicar, to Bell.
Bell
On a set coming from Bicar.
20-15.
Those kinds of balls na medyo malapit sa net. Yung mga gusto ni Kat Bell, just hitting it above the blockers there. Not giving an inch on the floor defenders to really even save or even hit the ball.
16 points now for Kat Bell. And it's a 5-point lead for the Crossovers. Nice push from Tamaru. Here comes Bell again. She is very active on offense. The Crossovers back-to-back points, now with 17.
Yeah, just that flick of her wrist. Because of her height advantage, walang approach, walang swing. Pero dahil sa sobrang tangkad niya, and even that arm, that strength of her arm is pushing it off as fast as she can. scoring that point.
Adorador.
Shaya Adorador, it's a 6-point lead for the Crossovers. Mondoñedo, underhand pass to Tamaru. And she gets it through the double block.
Through the block.
A power shot coming from Asaka Tamaru.
21.
The ball was going towards that area of Budingdo Rimdes, but she was slow to react on that instance. It's going, maybe she was also nahinailang siya dun sa positioning ni Kat Bell.
There's
Bell.
Aying
16.
unable to pick it up
22 to 16.
on the dig.
And we were talking about Kat Bell, that she has been scoring 20
Kat Bell,
points per
team
match in our reinforced conference.
Pascual finds the back line. No, she
Ball is
doesn't.
out.
Misses the mark.
23 to 16.
Oh,
Coach
high there. Oh,
Chery
that hit. Yeah.
asking the players, ano, will I challenge or not? I guess they will not. There's a nice hit. Tamaru will get the side out.
Tamaru gets
Right
ball
now, the
touch
Thunderbelles,
from the crossover.
Alfred, just going through the
17
motions, it
to
seems.
23.
They are down by 6.
Yun nga yung medyo kulang on the side of
Guest
Zeus.
player.
Maybe it's also their maturity as a team, because the players here, the composition of the players are quite young players, young talented players, and it's only Tamaru having that experience or even competing in international competitions.
Ball is
So,
out and there's a
yun
challenge
yung
on the
medyo
call by Chery Tiggo for ball in, ball out.
discrepancy nila din
Chery Tiggo.
against
Ball
Chery
in,
Tiggo here, na
ball
kailangan nila makuha yung siguro role player rin or yung mga mature players in their system.
Challenge here for Coach Kung Fu Reyes on the hit by Abi Maraño. Very different ending to the second set compared to the first. That right call by the official. That thing is wide.
Ball is out.
Really out
The
there
challenge
on that
is
hit coming from Abby.
unsuccessful. Point and serve. Go to
Despite
the
that,
Thunderbelles.
Chery Tiggo just down,
18.
just 2 points away in closing this second set.
Asaka Tamaru serving.
Bikar. Maraño with a
Off-speed shot.
little teardrop
Maraño.
for her first point.
Chery
That
Tiggo
time she
now
made sure of that
second.
point, just going for that soft cut shot over the blocker there with that running hit, her signature running hit. Everyone really was expecting a hard one, pero yun nga, last instance, last second, just dropping it off over the blocker.
This is a chance ball for the white shirts. And that is put away by Pauline Gaston. Her fourth point of the game is good enough to close out set number 2.
Yeah, Ponggay Gaston mimicking that play coming from Abby Maraño, going for that running. Sabi niya kung kaya niyang gawin, kaya kong gawin rin. Pero ngayon, papaluin ko naman.
A more comfortable finish for the Crossovers. They now have a 2-0 advantage against the Thunderbelles going to set number 3. Crossovers up 2 sets to nothing against the Thunderbelles in identical wins in sets number 1 and 2. In fact, even same amount of time it took as well.
Yeah. 'Cause, you know, on the side of Chery, they found their system already after getting that first set, despite slacking in that earlier parts of that first set. Pero yun nga, because of the blocking coming from Seth Rodriguez and even the wing spikers, naming Maylene Paad and even Pongay Gaston, talagang dun nahirapan ang Zus paano mag-capitalize in terms of attacking or even scoring at their offense point. And on the side also of Chery Tiggo, they also managed to serve the ball as hard as they could. Na talagang pinapahirapan nila dito yung mga receivers on the side of Zus to disrupt their offense. But for Zus now, they just need to enjoy more. Alam natin na nothing to lose for them, but they need to battle it out and even show their might in this coming third set. As you can see on the attacks, 18 out of 9 only on the side of Zus. Pero still the block points 4-0, and even that errors, despite having a lot of errors now for Chery. Pero dahil sa mga floor defenders ng Chery, even those second chance ball or even those counter attacks, they really capitalize on that instance. Kaya naman marami sila dito ng puntos in terms of attacking.
And right now, one of the biggest disparities is the blocking, as you see Kat Bell having a bit of a good time there with Karen Verdeflor. 18 points in just 2 sets for Kat Bell. Tamaru only with 8 points so far. She has been blocked several times. Obviously, the defense of the Crossovers focusing a lot more on Asaka Tamaru.
It's also the same here for Zus. They need to shift their attention or even the focus on blocking on the side of Chery in terms of the front line, lalo na pag nasa front line si Kat Bell.
Robles off the block, says Robles. What a game for her today. 6 points already, and this is her conference high as well.
And this is also the first time Chery Tiggo scoring the first point in a set, because in the first set and second set it's always Zus scoring the first point.
Montoñedo is part of the starting lineup for the Thunderbelles here in set number 2. As their first point coming from Pascual.
1-0.
It has been Pascual scoring for Zus. So now alam nila na talagang nakakapuntos dito si Pascual. So now they need to support her in terms of scoring. Hindi man lang makapuntos, floor defenders needs to be there, and even those middle blockers in terms of blocking.
Zakarandang in the starting lineup makes her presence felt right away.
Yeah, this girl right over here on this lady on the side of Chery Tiggo, I was saying she's also capable of scoring the ball and even giving swag towards the opponent. Yun yung kilalang for Zakarandang eh.
Not a good first ball there for Asaka Tamaru. She was unsure she gonna get it overhead or underhand, and she ended up with like somewhere in the middle.
Service.
Also hard, lalo na't mga float serve talaga.
Yeah.
And even the positioning, because sometimes it's better na to get the ball. If the server goes for a float serve, you need to go or even stay in the 6-meter line in the court, because it's easier to get the ball overhead. But if the jump server, you can just go for around 7 to 8 meters there, just go for that underhand.
Service.
Second point for Zakarandang. She has 2 of the 4 points of the Crossovers here in the third set. Now or never for the Thunderbelles. Extend this match by winning set number 3. Let's check in with Jana Ejido.
Thanks, Eric and Alfred. And you know what? I'll use this time to plug in our Pilipinas Live poll question, because I got to talk to the stars of that question. The 3 Adamson alumni, Shar Ancheta, Nika Yandok, and Karen Verdeflor, on what's it like finally playing against each other. Karen tells me that as different as it is seeing former teammates on the other side of the net, she tells me yan daw yung exciting part, whether or not mababasa raw niya ang mga laro nila. Now, Shar and Nika are actually on the same page with that thought and are even more excited to continue this face-off. So for everyone watching, check that poll question out on the Pilipinas Live app. We're asking which rookie will start in today's match. The app is available for Filipinos everywhere. But I also want to throw this question to Alfred. Alfred, what's it like seeing former teammates on the other side of the net?
Well, thanks for that question, Jana. It's really, it's a different feeling. Alam mo yung na-build nyong memories together, that trust, syempre yung respect din. Tapos makita mo, naming, well, I can say na yun, like my former teammates going now to the crisscross na team. So, lalo na yung, naging close ko yung bond nyo together. Pero, wala, it's really like that. Life goes on. It's only a game. Pero after, outside the court, talagang friends pa rin kami, close pa rin kami. Parang wala naman nagbago. Yun lang yung mga paghihirap nyo sa training, hindi nyo lang sila kasama.
So, challenge. Successful for Coach Chery. And the Thunderbelles are within 1 point. In terms of scoring, as you see the dump coming from Mitch Gamit, of the 3 players from Adamson who are in the highlight for today, it is Ancheta leading the way with 3 points. Yandok, we have yet to check how many in terms of excellent sets she's had, and then Verdeflor in terms of excellent digs. But scoring-wise, Ancheta is leading the way. There's a nice hit from the back row. Tamaru with 9 points.
Yeah, just like that. Mini run here coming from the side of Zus Thunderbelles. Because of that hard serve also, talaga nahihirapan dito ang Chery i-receive yung bola.
That's a break point for the Thunderbelles. They have the lead for the first time here in set number 3, up by 1. Gamit pushes it, making it a 2-point lead for the Thunderbelles.
Another point scored by Gamit. Sa mga ganung regalo, always ready and always prepared on how to get those regalo over and even score a point for Gamit.
Meantime, Ancheta, as we mentioned, 3 points already. Looking for point number 4. Robles hits it on the line.
That time, Robles saying that's enough for Zus, scoring that point on the side of Chery.
Robles now with 7.
Says Robles serving for the crossover.
5 serving 6. Tamaru with a short pass. Pascual with the underhand, easy over, so a chance ball for the crossovers. Cat Bell. And Jen Zeta unable to pick it up. 19 points now for Cat Bell.
Yeah, Cat Bell, despite having 2 blockers in front of her, still managing to score that point on that donut hole. Because it's really hard for the floor defenders pag medyo ibabaw yung pumapalo ng bola. A lot of area to cover. Unlike if the spiker or the hitter is yung mga pasingit-singit ang talang kitang-kita mo. Just like that. Hindi mo alam kung sa ibabaw ba, pero that time just going on the side of the blocker's hand and scoring that point for Cat Bell.
20 points now for Cat Bell. This is an off-system play, but Cat Bell making it look so easy. And I envy Jen Zeta, who has been diving and yet failing to dig. Angeles is in the game as the second libero for
Ball is out.
the Thunderbelles. Pascual mishits. And the crossovers
Chery Tiggo, 6.
take us to our first technical timeout. Up by 2, 8-6 against the Thunderbelles. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, Pasay City. Kyle Atienza, Mafi Galanza, Bea de Leon, Revilla, Pons, Deej Rodriguez. You know who they are. They're going to be on the court later. A marquee matchup with the Flying Titans. That's why the fans have come out to support. Well, not just them. We have the high-speed hitters, the Angels, also in the second game today. A lot of volleyball action to catch, whether you're coming over to the Mall of Asia Arena or watching us live on One Sports or Pilipinas Live. Speaking of volleyball, as Robles misses, also seeing action later. Las Pilipinas after that big win against Vietnam yesterday in 4 sets.
Yeah, they're going up against Indonesia.
Yep.
A heavier matchup for the Alas. They're hoping for the best. They need to win this, of course, to get that chance in playing for the finals as well.
So come out to support as Karandang scores her 3rd point of the game, putting Chery on top by 3. Whether you're supporting men's volleyball, women's volleyball, it's all right here on Pilipinas Live. Kat Bell got it, back-to-back points. 2-point run for the Crossovers.
So you know who they're gonna go to. Those kinds of break balls, no, yung mga ganong shot. The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Tamaro with the pass. Mondoñedo running attack there for Mitch Gamit. Oh, Karandang's doing everything. Pancake save, but Kat Bell comes up short on the hit.
Miss hit there coming from Kat Bell with that soft touch. She was just trying to dump the ball over on that area wherein the middle blocker would get that ball. Kasi minsan, yung mga middle blockers and their ball controls are quite low. So, yun mga instances na baka magkamali siya ng pasa.
Nice dig by Angeles on the hit by Kat Bell. Tamaru picked up by Robles. 1-2 play coming from Picard. Diving is Angeles. Tamaru with a hit. Got it!
What a play there coming from Zus. Even what an effort also from the players after that jumping save. And even that justice coming from Tamaru. Minsan mga ganong plays, Eric, nakaboost ng confidence within the team. Nakikita mo lahat sila nag-e-effort. So it's really like pag nakuha ng isa, lahat kayo sasabay-sabay sa pag-angat. Another great spike coming from Kat Bell. The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Kat Bell with 22. Tamaro looking for number 11. She gets it. Tamaru now with the 11 points.
10-11.
But now, this time, Tamaru again going back to her hit. We're in. She hits the ball as thin as she could kasi minsan pag talagang kinukuha mo yung bola ng medyo, you're hitting it as hard as you can, tapos you have blockers in front of you, the ball really would go back towards her side. Pero that instance, she can swipe. She did a swipe. Kaya nagde-deflect sa arms or sa braso ng kalaban kaya nag-outside.
Speaking of swipes, that one not as strong as most hits of Kat Bell, but still good enough to get a kill. 23 points now for Kat Bell.
They'll take that hit coming from Kat Bell. A score, a point is a point, and every point is really important.
Despite the output of Kat Bell, only a 2-point lead here. Now a 1-point lead for the Crossovers. They have not really been able to pull away.
First point on the side from the setters coming from Zus.
Yep, Mondoñedo.
Serving for Zus Coffee.
Cloanne Mondoñedo, the team captain, only 23 years old. A nice push there coming from Anchiata. Robles. Mondoñedo picking it up. Here's Angeles. Sets it back to Tamaru. Yes! Asaka Tamaru with a little help from the net. Even she can't believe the shot.
Yeah, Verdeflor was also thinking twice, having doubts on whether to get that ball kasi akala niya mag-out because of that angle. So step away to get or dig that ball.
2-point run by the Thunderbelles, snapped by the hit of Abby Maraño, her second point.
Chang Habi can really hit the ball hard. Doon siya kilala eh. Yung kaya niyang iiwas sa mga blockers niya, yung bola, and even score a point.
Mondoñedo to Tamaru. That is outside.
Ball is out.
She was trying to hit the ball above the blockers there. Pero yun nga, medyo nahirapan din siya sa angle on that set.
So, the Crossovers answer with a 2-point run to restore a 2-point lead. Zacaranda barely making contact with the ball. Pascual bounces it off the block. The push straight into the hands of the Thunderbelles. Ancheta sets it up for Pascual, and that's into the net.
Ball is short.
Ball was far from the net on that set, giving Pascual a hard time to hit or even get an angle on where to place the ball on the side of Chery.
Coach Chery will call a timeout. We'll listen in.
No switch na yan, ha? No switch. Sige, go.
Let's go. Huwag mo na ako ito. Bitin na lang naman tapos. Ay!
Only a few words from Chery in the huddle. Didn't even wait for the technical timeout, which is a point away should the Crossovers score. Let's see if they can stop this run. A 3-point run by the Crossovers. Good pass by Angeles. Mondoñedo. They go to the middle. The push coming from Ancheta. Yeah, good reply. Response by the team after the timeout.
Yeah, yun yung mga gusto ng coaches. Coming from the timeout, off the timeout, they're scoring or even getting that point. Listening to the instructions. Talagang makikita mo yung effort coming from his ladies there, coming from Coach Chery on that timeout.
Great pass by Berta Flor. That's the result. I mean, Bicar, so many options, goes to Paat, scoring her 11th point of the game. And this is our second technical timeout. The Crossovers on top by 3. The Thunderbelles down 2-0 and are down by 3 points midway through the third and what could be the final set. Only 2 games remaining after this for the Thunderbelles. Alfred, obviously they're running out of chances to finish the conference strong.
Kasi no, Eric, they're there eh. Lumalaban sila eh. Nakakapunto sila. They can really get points and even yung get that big lead against this heavy team, Chery Tiggo. Pero yun nga, I was saying it's maybe because of the maturity also coming from the players, the experience coming from the players. And that can really play a huge factor as well, not only in volleyball, pero in any sport.
And you mentioned the depth of the Crossovers, Alfred, and Coach Gufure is really digging deep into this lineup. Joy Mekagande is in the game for the first time, and she set up Cat Bell beautifully in the back row.
And now I think all of Coach Kung Fu's players have played in this match. Really enjoying every point, and even Kagande scoring her first point coming from that service ace with the help of the net.
Joy Kagande, this is practically her first game of the conference. She was on the roster a couple of times, but she didn't play. And there have been several times she wasn't even in the lineup. There's a violation here against the Thunderbelles.
Net touch coming from Versosa. Kaya naman papalitan muna siya ngayon.
That's a shame because that could have been double contact on Kagande on the touch. But instead, it's a net violation against the Thunderbelles as they continue to fall in this third set. Now down by 6. Oh, overpass. But great defense coming from the crossovers. Mondoñedo goes to Tamaru from the back row, picked up by Kagande. Duremdes will set it. Here comes Shaya. Oh, nice block.
Well read by Ancheta.
That was a great find coming from Ancheta. Timed the ball perfectly on that hit coming from Adorador.
Ancheta with 5 points. 2 of them are blocks. Kagande to Karandang. Karandang with 4.
Karandang, no. She can hit the ball as fast as she could. Ganong bola, mga instances na kitang-kita mo that eagerness to score that point. And the spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Tapia picks it up. A push coming from Gamit. Tapia tries again. Robles with a dig. Oh, and nobody there for the second touch. Kagande was coming in late because she was in the back row.
Pero mga ganon minsan kailangan communication rin coming from the team itself, no? Alam natin medyo nagkailangan doon si Kanandang, pero it was really that position coming from Kagande. It's her ball that time.
Tapia with a great dig. April Tapia with back-to-back points.
Tapia again playing for Zus and trying to trim the lead and get that confidence back on the side of her team.
3 points for Tapia coming off a 5-point performance in the 3-set loss against the high-speed hitter Shaya. Mondoñedo goes back to April. And this one, Verde Flor keeping it alive. Great effort. Cat Bell sending it over. Angeles to Mondoñedo. They go to the middle. Gamit is turned away by Cat Bell.
Wow, what a run there coming from Cat Bell. She brought the ball over coming from the third touch. Pero on the block attempt, she's still there. Scoring that point, you can see her running back, jogging back. Pero talon lang because of her height advantage.
5-point lead once again. Biggest for the crossovers, but a quick answer here. Mondoñedo, her second point of the game.
Smart play there coming from Mondoñedo. Just dumping the ball over. Seeing that a donut hole on the side of Chery Tiggo.
22-year-old April Tapia. Not a good pass coming from Cat Bell, but it doesn't really matter. Able to get it across the net. We'll try again. Ooh, what a dig from Tapia. Overpass though. Maraño unable to put it away. Gamit says, I'll do it.
Great effort shown by Zus. Thunderbelles there. Coming from a great serve. Coming from a great dig. And of course, that quick reaction of Gamit to score that point.
Gamit scores the break point. This is a 2-point run for the Thunderbelles. Verde Flor pops it up. Cat Bell, this one's behind her. Could have been a net block. Either way, it's a point for the Thunderbelles. This is now 4 straight points scored by the Thunderbelles. Timeout for Coach Kung Fu Reyes.
Following this
Ang gagaling ang palo sa kabila, tumasakit sa atin, ang ganyan tayo. Pagdating ng bola, biglang kayo nagbubulat. Gawin nyo lang yung sistema bakit nag-iintay. Ganun lang. Tara, isang pasa lang ulit. Tapos pag yun ulit.
Dapat focus tayo. Chery!
All right, looking for the closer. Crossovers. Want to get back on the winning track after dropping a 5-setter against the Flying Titans. That was a heartbreaker. They had 29 errors in that game.
Still serving number 22,
Obviously,
April Tapia.
one of the major reasons why they picked up that loss. Great save by Mondoñedo. Gamit sends it over. Verdiflor picks it up. The back set. Adorador is blocked. The intensity of the defense. Thunderbelles picking up, but just too tall. 6'2" Kat Bell just over the blockers and knocking in her 26th point of the game.
18 out, 7 Paat in, 23 out, 11 Picar back in.
Substitution here for Coach Kung Fu Reyes. Mylene Paat, Dina Bicar check back in. Final 3 points
for the crossovers.
For the Crossovers. Tamaru. Free ball for the Thunderbelles. Mondoñedo, another 1-2 play. Pancake save is good for Buding Duremdes. Block against Gamit. Kat Bell was there defensively. Tamaru. Kept alive by Robles. Kat Bell, no surprise. And Kat Bell knocks it in. 27 points already.
All right. What a spike coming from Kat Bell there. Really wants to showcase her talent and even finish this game with emphasis.
Gamit sends it outside, and that will
Ball is out.
put Chery
Crossovers now
on top. 24-19. This is 5 match points for the Crossovers.
Dina Bicar for the serve.
Tamaru. Blocked, kept alive by Angeles. Tamaru will try again. One-handed dig coming from Robles. Bell for the win, not yet. Angeles digs it up. Tamaru chases it down. Pascual sends it over. Chance ball for the Crossovers. Bell again. Got it.
Of course, who you gonna call? It's Kat Bell.
25.
There you go. Again, another superb outing on the side of Chery Tiggo's reinforcement. Kat Bell finishing things off with a powerful hit. Kaya dito talaga for the side of Chery. Kanilang makapuntos because of the reinforcement.
This Panalo play of the game brought to you by Yakult. Yakult every day, okay. 28 points for Kat Bell. That is her 3rd best scoring game of the reinforced conference, and they bounce back. The Crossovers do after losing in 5 against the Flying Titans with a 3-set sweep of the Thunderbelles in the first game today.
Short while, the Petrogas Angels versus the PLDT High School Hitters.
A 3-set sweep. Crossovers with a morale-boosting win against the Thunderbelles after that 5-set loss against the Flying Titans. Our best player, Kat Bell, with 28 big points right now with Jana Ejido. Jana?
That's right, Eric. I'm here with our player of the game, and that is Kat Bell of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers from what you mentioned, 28 points coming off of 24 attacks and 4 block points. Kat and the rest of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, congratulations! Well, I do want to start by saying all of you redeemed yourselves. Tell me, what was this process like, especially bouncing back from that 5-set loss last Tuesday?
You know, as a team, we make sure we take everything not for granted and use it as an experience. And I really am amazed and I applaud these girls for coming in this week and just working really hard, putting their heads down and grinding, getting ready for this win tonight.
And Kat, you look extra energized, especially after delivering that final blow. Just tell me, how is producing these number of points has been like here in the PVL?
I mean, good. You know, Jazz makes it easy for me. And other setters that come in and support her, they put me on the net when I need to be on the net. So I think them delivering the ball in the spaces that need to be delivered to.
All right, and now your team is bound for the quarterfinals. You've sealed that spot. Tell me, what is going to be the plan for the team moving forward?
You know, just taking every day one step at a time. As a team, we still have to get better. There's some things we need to work on. So just going into practice, working hard, and doing what we have to do.
All right, now take this time to thank everybody here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Any messages for everyone watching? Go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us and coming out tonight. To all the PVL fans that are out there, appreciate you guys. Happy birthday to everyone whose birthday is today, and happy birthday to the fans in Dallas as well.
All right, Kat Bell of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers,
Go
your
Cowboys.
player of the game. Go Cowboys now. Back to you, Eric and Alfred.
All right, thanks, Jana. She is from Texas, so the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys perhaps, she's cheering for. Let's take a look at match highlights of this 3-set win by the Crossovers against the Thunderbelles.
All
Ladies and
Chery
gentlemen, everyone, stand up
all
for
departments.
the special treat from Arena Plus.
Because of the super
Get
blocking
yourself
from
ready.
the side of Chery, they gave a hard time on how Zus would get their offense running. But of course, I commend the Zus Thunderbelles for showing their A-game despite being the underdogs here and not even getting a win in the sets. But they showed that their might, their heart, and of course, you can expect them to show more in the upcoming conference. Alam natin, Coach Jerry, sobrang passionate yan as a coach. He would do everything, anything na mapalakas yung isang team niya. Alam ko rin na ayaw natatalo yung isang team niya. So we can really expect that we could really have a major revamp in the upcoming conference. And let's hope for the best for Zus and of course also for Chery. Now they're having a great spot and even securing that semi-finals spot in this reinforced conference. So now they have pressure legs. We were also talking na Aragalang was sat out in this game. Kaya now we can expect her having fresher legs. Going to the match statistics, 75 to 55 coming from the attacks, 50 for Chery, 36 only for Zus. But it also boiled down to blocking, 9 versus 3, and also in that aces 4-0. So now Eric, as you can see, despite Chery having 4 more errors or giving 4 more 3 points, pero it negated because of those aces. Then they had 4 service aces and 0 for Zus.
Our first game of your triple header already in the books. Crossovers winning in 3 sets against the Thunderbelles. Crowd anticipating a couple more huge matches, and it starts with the high-speed hitters and the Angels next before we bring in the Flying Titans and the cool Smashers to close out your Saturday triple header. The Angels already on the court, starting to warm up. Thanks to our director, Nick Earnshaw. For Jana Ejido, my partner Alfred Babuena, I'm Eric Taman, Jerry, and the rest of the Thunderbelles dropped down to 0-7, while Kung Fu Reyes and the rest of the Crossovers are at 5-2 in the standings. More reinforced conference action right here on Pilipinas Live.